Hey, everyone, Alex here. And before we even get started with today's massive Kansas City Chiefs update, I need to pause for just a quick second because I can see so many of you are watching my videos every single week, but a lot of you still haven't subscribed to the channel. So if you are one of those people right now, hit that subscribe button. It's free. It helps this channel grow, and it makes sure you never miss a single Chiefs update, because I'm here every week breaking down the biggest stories around our team and bringing you the news before anyone else. So go ahead and tap that subscribe button right now and join our Chiefs family, because we got a lot to talk about today. And trust me, you don't want to miss it now. Let's dive into it, because the big question this week that every single fan has been asking me about is, will Kristian Fulton actually play against the New York Giants in Week 3? Everyone in Chiefs Kingdom is waiting on this answer, because Fulton was one of the big defensive additions this offseason, and fans are eager to see him shine in this secondary. The Chiefs are 2-0 heading into this matchup, and while Patrick Mahomes and the offense get most of the headlines, we all know the defense has been quietly holding things together. But when you look at this Giants matchup, it's clear that the health of Fulton could be a deciding factor. So let's break it all down together. So here's where things stand. Fulton has been dealing with a hamstring injury, and if you followed football long enough, you know hamstrings can be tricky. Sometimes they look minor, and then suddenly they linger for weeks. Other times, a player bounces back quickly. So the big question has been, how serious is this injury for Fulton, and will he be able to suit up on Sunday against the Giants earlier this week? Fulton was limited in practice, which is a positive sign, because it means he's at least moving around and testing that hamstring. But the coaching staff is clearly being cautious, and that's the part that has Chiefs fans holding their breath. Now you might be wondering why this is such a big deal. Well, let me explain. Fulton isn't just another depth piece. He was brought in to be a major contributor in this secondary, a guy who could line up against opposing wide receivers and give us that extra lockdown coverage that allows Steve Spagnuolo to be aggressive with his play calling. We've seen glimpses of that already. When Fulton is healthy, he brings speed, instincts, and toughness that fit perfectly with what the Chiefs are building on defense. And let's be honest, the Giants may not be the scariest defensive team in the league, but if you underestimate them, especially with a quarterback who likes to push the ball downfield, you can get burned quickly. So having Fulton available changes everything. But here's the twist, and this is where things get really interesting. The Chiefs coaching staff has been dropping hints that even if Fulton isn't at 100%, they might still consider giving him some snaps against the Giants. Why? Because they want to get him into rhythm early in the season. Remember, this team isn't just focused on Week 3. They are thinking about the long road ahead and making sure the defense is firing on all cylinders by the time we get to the playoffs. But at the same time, they can't afford to risk Fulton re-injuring himself and being sidelined for multiple weeks. So it's a tough balancing act. Now imagine this scenario. The Chiefs decide to sit Fulton for Week 3, play it safe, give him one more week to recover, and then unleash him fully in Week 4. Or maybe they give him limited snaps against the Giants just to get his legs under him, but still keep him on a pitch count. Either way, it's a decision that will have a ripple effect on the rest of the defense, because without Fulton, that means more pressure falls on guys like Trent McDuffie, Eljarius, Sneed, and the rest of the secondary. Those players have stepped up in the past, but we all know having Fulton out there makes everyone's job easier. And here's something I want to point out. When you look back at Fulton's career in Tennessee, he had some moments where injuries slowed him down, But when he was on the field, he was a difference maker. That's why the Chiefs brought him here and why fans are so eager to see him suited up in red and gold for a big primetime moment against the Giants. And let's not forget, this is a Sunday night game. All eyes on the Chiefs, the defending champs under the lights. And you know the Giants are going to bring everything they've got, so the health of Fulton could end up being one of the biggest storylines of the entire game. Now here's where I want to get you guys involved. What do you think should the Chiefs risk playing Fulton, even if he's not 100%, or should they be patient and let him fully recover before putting him back on the field? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I really want to hear how Chiefs Kingdom feels about this situation. Personally, I think it's always better to be safe than sorry, especially early in the season when you've got such a long journey ahead. But I also understand the urgency of wanting to see your new defensive back out there making plays, so it's a tricky call. Let's also talk about what this means for the Giants game itself. If Fulton does play, you can expect the Chiefs to match him up against some of the Giants' faster receivers to really test that hamstring and see if he can keep up on those deep routes. If he doesn't play, then you're going to see Spagnuolo rely on more safety help over the top and potentially more pressure up front to disrupt the quarterback before he even has time to find those matchups. So either way, the game plan is going to shift based on Fulton's status. Another angle to think about is what this does for the overall momentum of the team. The Chiefs are 2-0 right now, and a win over the Giants would push them to 3-0, which keeps them in the driver's seat in the AFC. And every win matters because we all know how competitive the AC is going to be this year. So while one player might not decide the outcome of the entire season, the little details like whether Fulton is on the field or not could make the difference in a tight primetime matchup. And let's be real, Chiefs fans, this team has Super Bowl on its mind again. We're not here to just make the playoffs or win the division. We're here to repeat as champions. And to do that, we need all of our pieces healthy and ready to go. So while the spotlight is on Mahomes and Kelsey and the offense, don't overlook the fact that Fulton's health could be one of those behind-the-scenes stories that ends up playing a huge role when we get to January and February football. So here's the bottom line. As of now, Fulton is listed as questionable for the Giants game. He's been limited in practice. He's moving better, but the Chiefs are going to wait until the very last moment to make the final call. And that means we probably won't know for sure until game day itself if he's active or inactive. So keep an eye on those final injury reports and make sure you're subscribed here, because it'll be giving you those last-minute updates the second we know what's happening. And Chiefs Kingdom, let me just say this: enjoy this ride we're on right now. It's rare to have a team this good, this consistent, and this hungry to keep winning. The fact that we're even debating whether Fulton will play in Week 3 shows just how deep and talented this roster really is. So whether he plays or not on Sunday night, we know this team is going to bring the energy, and we know Mahomes and the defense are going to fight for every yard. Before I wrap up, though, let me ask you one more question. If Fulton does play on Sunday, how do you think he'll perform? Do you think he'll lock down the Giants receivers right away, or will he need a few games to really get comfortable in this system? Let me know in the comments, and let's get that conversation going. All right, Chiefs Kingdom, that's going to do it for today's update. Remember, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, because it'll be back with more breaking news, updates, analysis, and injury reports all season long. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. especially with how much drama and excitement this season is already bringing. So make sure you subscribe, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and share it with your fellow Chiefs fans, because the more we grow this community, the faster I can bring you the latest news. Thanks for watching him, Alex, and I'll see you right back here with the next big Chiefs update. Go Chiefs!